Welcome back to Snippet Coder, and we are back with another video. And this is the 7th video of our WooCommerce Flutter Grocery app series. And in this video, we will design the product detail page in which we will display all the product images, and then we will display that product name, then we will have the product price, and then we will create one stepper for the quantity, for the increasing and decreasing of quantity. Then we will have add to cart button, and then we will have the product detail, and we can also expand the product detail. And after that we will show the related products here, and we will show all the products in the horizontal list. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest video. Thank you. So first of all, we will create one product detail page, and we will name it as a product underscore details dot file, and we will make it as a stateful widget, product details. And now we will link this product detail page with our product card, and here we will go to product card, and here we will add gesture detector, and here child, and here we will have on tap event. Now here we will call that navigator dot push, and here we will have context, and then we will have material page route, and here we will have builder. Inside builder we will have context, and here we will call product detail page. And now here we will pass our model, and that model will be that product, and here we will add product detail constructor key, then we will have this dot product, and here we will have product. And now here, just for the testing, we will pass here child new text, and here we will have product dot this dot widget dot product dot name, and from here we will pass product, and here we will pass data. Now we will see in the application. From here we will click on any category, and here we will click on the product. So here the product name is coming, but not in a proper way. For that we have to inherit our base class, and then it will come with that app bar and all. For that we have to do modification of our product detail page, and here we will write base page, and here we will pass base page state, and here we will rename it to page UI. Now if we reload the application, you can see here that app bar is coming and the product name is coming. So now we will create a new card. In that card we will do all our page design, and we will include the slider for our images and all, and after that we will show our product name. Then we will have that add to cart and all. So now we will add a new widget here, and we will name it as a widget underscore product underscore details dot file. Before that we have to add one new package for that images and all, and we will use new carousel here, and we will name it as a carousel underscore slider. And this package we will use for our displaying our images of that product with that previous and next button, and we will make it as a stateless widget, and we will name it as a product detail widget. And here we will use that our single child scroll view. Inside that we will use one container here, and we will have that color here, and for the color we are using here colors dot white. Then we will have some padding here, and for the padding we are using here edge inset dot symmetric, and here we will have horizontal 20, then we will have vertical 0, and here we will add that our model, and in the constructor we will have key, then we will have this dot data, and here we will have product data, and we will use this widget in our product detail page, and from here we will return product detail widget, and here we will pass data, and the data we are passing here this dot product, this dot widget dot product, and here you can see nothing is coming because we have removed that widget from there, and here we will do the modification and all. So now here we will use in the child we are using here stack widget, and then we have the children's here, and the first children we are using here is a carousel here for showing the images and all, and for that we will write one widget here, and we will name the function as a product images, and we will passing here list of images, then we will have the build context here. Now here we are using here size box. For the width we are using here media query dot of context dot size dot width, and then we have a height fix of 250, and in the child we are using here stack widget. Inside that we are using here container. In the alignment we are using here alignment dot center. Child we have a carousel slider, and we are using here builder. So for the item count we are using here images dot length, and for the item builder we are using here context, then we will have index here. Now inside here we are returning here container. Now inside the child we are using here center widget, then we have a child here. For the child we are using here image dot network, and for the source we are using here images, and index we are passing here, then we are using here source. Then we will have fit. For the fit we are using here box fit dot fill. Now let's add this product image over here in the stack widget, and we will pass here data dot images, then we have a context here. Now we will run the application. Now we are getting the error because we have to pass some option also in that carousel, and here in the option we have to pass carousel option, and here we will have autoplay false, then we will have enlarge center page true, then we will have a viewport fraction, and we are using here 1, then we will have aspect ratio, and we are using here 1.0. So now we will run the application. So now you can see here image is coming here, and we are also able to slide left and right for the images changing. So now we have to add two buttons here. One is for that left and then for the right to show the images. So now we will add here positions widget for showing that previous and next button, and inside that we will show here child, and for the child we are using here icon button, and for the icon button we are using here icon, and first icon will be icons dot arrow back iOS, and then we have a contrast event, and we will do later on. So now if you see here button will come, but the position is not in a proper. For that we have to put here top, and for the top we are using here 100. Now you can see that position is coming in the center. So now we will add one more button here. This one we are using here arrow forward iOS, and you can see here button is coming, but we have to show it in the right. For that we are putting here left. We are using here media query dot off context, and here we are using size dot width minus 80. So now you can see that right button is also coming. So now you can see two button here. First one is a previous button and the second button is a next button to show the next image. So now we have to do that code to make it functionable. Whenever user click on that previous icon, it will show us the previous image, and whenever user click on that next icon, it will show the next image. And for that we have to use a controller here. Now we will write here final carousel controller, and here carousel controller, and here we will pass controller, and here we will write a code controller dot previous page, and here we will have controller dot next page. So now I will rebuild the application. So now here you can see all the images coming here. If I click on the next button, you can see the next image coming here. If I again click on the next button, you can see one more image here. If I click on the previous button, you can see the previous image here. So now our image container is done, and we are able to show all the product images with the previous and next button. So now we will design the rest of the screen. So here we will display that discount, and for that we have to add the code here, and here we are using here visibility widget. In case there is a no discount, we will not show that discount. Here we will have align, and alignment we are using here alignment dot top left. So now in the child we are using here container, inside the container we are using here, and the padding we are using here edge inset dot all 5. Then we are using here decoration, and we are using here box decoration, and for the color we are using here green color, and for the visible you are using here data dot calculate discount, and that method we have already covered in our previous video also. If you have not watched that video, you can watch the video, the 6th video of this series, and here you will see that that is coming here, that box decoration is coming here, but the alignment is not in a proper way. And before that we will add here size box, then we will have the height here, and we are using here 10. Now you can see that box is coming here but not in a proper position. For that we have to do some changes in our container here, and here we will use that column widget, and then we will have children's here, and we will move all the code in the children's here. Then here we will do some addition here, and here we will have the cross axis alignment, and for that we are using here from start. And then we have a main axis alignment, and we are using here from the start. And now we will see the design, and here you can see the box is coming here. And now here we will have the child, and for the child we are passing here text, and here in the text we will have dollar. Then we will have data dot calculate discount, and then we will have the percentage here, and we will put here off. And style we will use here text style. Color here we are using here white color. Then we will have the font weight, and for the font weight we are using here font weight dot bold. Now you can see here discount is coming in a proper way. Now we will show that product name here, and here we will have that size box. And then we will have the text widget, and here we are passing here data dot name. You can see that product name is coming, but we have to do the styling and all. For that we are using here text align, and we are using here text align dot center. And then we will have the style here, and for the style we are using here text style. And here we will have the font size, and we are using here 25. Then we will have the color here, and we are using here colors dot black. Then we have a font weight here, and we are using here font weight dot bold. Now you can see the style has been changed. So in the row widget we have to show the attributes, like we have a product of 500 gram, 200 gram, or 1 kg, like this way. And for that we have to do our modification in our code in that model file, and we have to add that attribute parameter also in our model file. And for that we will go to our model class here. Here we will add list, and then we will have attribute, and we will also create that attribute class here, class attributes. And here we have int type of id. then we will have string type of name, then we will have list string type of list, that is options, and here we will have the constructor here, this dot id, this dot name, then we will have this dot options, and here we will have attribute dot from JSON map string dynamic JSON, then we will do the mapping here, id is equal to JSON id, then we will have name here, and here we will pass JSON name, and here we will have options here. For the option we are doing here JSON options dot cast, and here we are doing the casting with the string here, and here we will have, now we will use that attributes, and here we will pass in the constructor this dot attributes, and here we will check if JSON attributes is not of null, then we will do the mapping here, attributes is equal to new list attributes, and here we will have JSON attributes dot for each attributes dot add, and here we will have new attributes dot from JSON, and here we will pass v. So now we will go to our widget here, and here we will have, so here we will create text widget, and we will check here data dot attribute is not of null, and data dot attributes dot length is more than 0. Then we will pass here data dot attributes first value dot options dot join here hyphen to string, and here we will pass data dot attributes first value dot name. The else condition we will pass it empty. So now here you can see the attributes is coming here. So now we will add the price here, and for the price we will use here text widget, and we will have dollar, then we will have here brackets, and we will put here data dot sale price, and here you can see the price is coming. We have to do the styling and all, and for style we are using here text style, and then we will have the font size here, and we are using a 25. Then we have the color here, we are using a color dot black color. Then we have the font weight, and for the weight we are using here font weight dot bold. Now you can see the prices increase, the size of the prices increase. So now here we will use that currency icon also. So here we will add INR. Now you can see the currency icon is also coming. So now here we will add that quantity stepper here, and for that we will create one new custom stepper here, and I will show you line by line that how we have created that stepper here. And in the utility we will create new file here, and we will name it as a custom stepper dot file, and we will make it as a stateful widget custom stepper. And in the constructor we will add here, we will have few of that variables here. First one is a final int lower limit, then we will have final int upper limit, then we have a final int step value, we have a final double icon size, and we will have final int value. And a constructor we are passing here all these variable as a required, this dot lower limit, then we have required this dot upper limit, required this dot step value, this dot icon size, this dot value, this dot on change event, and here we will have value change, and we are passing here dynamic on change. So here in the container we will have the decoration here. So in the container we are using here row widget, the child we are using here main axis alignment, and we are using here center. Then we will have here icon button, and here we will have icon, and icon we are using here icons dot remove icon. Then we will have the on press event, we will put the implementation later on. Then we will have the container here for showing the value, and here we will have the width, and the width we will pass from a variable this dot widget dot icon size, and here in the child we will have text widget, and here we will show dollar brackets widget dot value. Then again we will put here icon button, and here we will use change the icon here, and we will do add icon here. So now let's add this stepper here, and we will design side by side, and here we will put size box, and here we will have the size box of size 10. Then we will create here row widget, because we have to show both that the quantity stepper and that add to cart in the same row. And here we will have main axis alignment, and here we are using here dot space between, and here we will pass custom stepper here, and for the lower value, we are saying here at least the lower quantity will be 0, and that started value of that quantity will be 0, and in the upper limit we will have 20, and the quantity will not exceed to 20. And the step value means that when we click on the plus or minus sign of that I buttons, and it will increase the value by 1 or decrease the value by 1. Then we have the icon size here, and we are using here 22, and this is that box icon size. Then we have the value here, and for the value we have to create one variable here, and we will name it as a int type of quantity, and by default we have 0, and here we will pass this dot quantity, and here we will have on change event. Any value change will be tracked here, and we will print here. So now if you see on the screen, you can see here we are able to see icon, then we have that label, and then we have another icon for increasing the quantity here. Now we will change the design and all, and here in the custom stepper we will have that text widget, and here we will have style, and for the style we are using here text style. Then we have the font size here, and we are using here widget dot icon size into 0.0, and for the text align we are using here text align dot center. Now you can see the text has been come to the center, and the font also increased. Now we will add the decoration here, and here we will put decoration, box decoration, and for the color we are using here colors dot gray, and we are using here 100. Then we will have the border radius here, and we are using here border radius dot all, and here we will have radius dot circular. Here we will pass 20. Now if you see here the box is coming here. Now we will put some box shadow also. We will have box shadow, and here we will have box shadow. Now we will pass here box shadow colors. We are using here colors dot white, and then we have a blur radius, and we are using here 15. Then we'll have the spread radius, and we are using here 10. So now you can see the little bit shadow is coming, box shadow. So now we will make these button functionable, and whenever user click on these button, and it will be increase or decrease the quantity. For that we have to write a code in that on press event, and here we will have that state. Inside that we are using widget dot value is equal to widget dot value is equal to widget dot lower limit. Then we will have widget dot lower limit else widget dot value minus widget dot step value, and here we will remove that final because we have to change the value in the runtime also. Now we will have, now in the plus icon we will write that state, and here we will write widget dot value is equal to widget dot value, and we will check here if the widget value is equal to widget dot upper limit, then we will pass widget dot upper limit else widget dot value plus equal to widget dot step value. Now if I click here on the plus sign, you can see that counter is increasing by 1, by 2, 3. Then if I click on the minus sign, you can see that quantity is getting decrease here. So now here we will do one more modification here. So here we will call this dot widget dot on change event, and we will pass here the value here widget dot value, and same we will do here also. So now if you see here in the console, and if I click on the plus sign, you can see the value is coming because we have write the print statement here in the on change event. And if I decrease the value, you can see here. So here from here we can also increase and decrease that product quantity so that we can add accordingly to our cart. So now our custom stepper is also ready. So now we will add that add to cart button here, and in the row widget we will add here, and we will use here flat button, and here we will have on press event. Then in the child we will have text, and here we will have add to cart. Then we will have style, and for the style we are using here text style, and here we will have color, and the colors we are using here white color. So here we will do the color, and the color for the button we are using here color dot colors dot red accent. Now you can see button is coming here, add to cart button. So here we will do the padding also, and we will use padding edge inset dot all, and here we are using 15. Now you can see the size of the button has been increased. And then we will have shape, and for the shape we are using here stadium border. Now you can see that style has been changed to that circular. Now we will add product details here, and for that we will add here size box, and here we will use height, and we are using here 5. And for showing that product detail and all, we have to create one new custom class, and for there we will show that short description, and plus we are showing that long description also. Before that we have to add one package here, and we are using here flutter underscore HTML package, and because that description is coming in the HTML from the server, now package has been added. And here in the utility we will create one more class here, and we will name it as a expand text dot file, and we will make it as a stateful widget expand text. And here we will have the constructor here, pass here required label header, required description, and then we will have required short description, and here we will have string label header, and then we will have a string description, and then we will have string short description. So here we will add one new variable here, bool type of description text show flag is equal to false. So in the container we will add some margin here, and we are using here edge inset dot all 5. And then we have the child here, and for the child we are using here new column widget. Then we will have cross axis alignment, and we are using here dot start. And then we will have the children's here, and here we will have text for the label here, and we are using here text widget, and here we will pass this dot widget dot label header. Now we will use that widget in our page, and we will show side by side. And for the label we are using here product details. Then we will have short description, and here we will use data dot short description. And then we will have data dot description. So now you can see here, so here we are getting the error here, and now we will, I think we have to remove this required, and we have to put here this dot label header, and here we will have this dot description, then we will have this dot short description. Now here you can see that product detail is coming, and here we will do some styling here, and we will use a style, and for the style we are using here text style. Font size we are using here 15. Then we will have color here, and for the color we are using here colors dot black. Then we will have the font weight here, and we are using here font weight not bold. Now you can see style has been changed. Here we will use HTML, and here we will in the data, inside the data we are using here. So here we will check if the description text show flag is true, then only we will show here this dot widget dot description, else we will show here this dot widget dot short description. And then we have that styling here, and we will do here, we will check here div, then we will do the styling here padding, and padding we are using here edge inset dot only, and we will use here top 5. Then we will have the bottom here 5, and for the font size we are using here font size dot medium. Now you can see here short description is coming. So now we will add some link here to show less or show more, and for here we will do align, and we are using here in the child we are using here gesture detector, and for the child we are using here text widget, and here we will check if the description text flag is true, then we will show here show less, else we will pass here show more. And style we are using here text style, and the color we are passing here colors dot blue. Then here we will have on tap even. Now you can see here that button is coming here, show more, because right now we are showing that short description. Now we will make it a link that workable, and for that we have to write code here, and we will write here set state, and here we will pass description text flag is equal to not of description text flag. So now if I click on that show more, you can see here long description is coming. So now if I again click on the show less, and you can see the short description is coming. So now our product description also working fine. So now we will add that last part, that is our related product parts. So before adding that Flutter code for that related product, we have to add the related product in our WooCommerce also. For that we have to go to that edit page of our product. So here you can see that link products, and in the cross cell we have to add the product which we have to show as a link product for that the particular product. So I have added 4 product here. First one is Elaichi tea, then we have a Parle-G Gold biscuit, then we have a Sunfest, then we have a Tata Premium tea. So now we will do the modification of our model file to include those related product also. So here I will go to the product dart file, and here I will add list in type, and here we will have related IDs, and here we will have this dot related IDs, and here we will have related IDs is equal to JSON cross underscore cell underscore IDs, and here we will do the cast, and we are casting it into the int. Now we will do some modification in the API file also, and here we will go to that API service dart file, and in the get product method we will add one more parameter here, and we will add here list int, and here we will have product IDs, and this is to show that products on the basis of that product IDs also. And here we will check if products ID is not null, and then we will have parameter here equal to and include, and then we will have $, wave brackets, then we will have product IDs dot join, and here we will have comma to string. And here what we are doing, we are passing one parameter of WooCommerce, that is include, and there we are passing our Flutter parameter with a comma separated, and those are the product ID we are passing here, and this will return us that those product which are we have sent it as a included. Now we will create one new widget, and that widget will be exactly same as our product card, and that is our home products widget. We will just make a replica of it, and here we will have widget underscore related products dot file, and we will make it as a stateful widget related products, and here we will pass the parameter here, and there we will pass this dot label name, this dot products, and here we will have string label name list of int type products. Now here we will have API service, then we will override our initialize state method void int state, and here we will have API service is equal to new API service, and we will copy the same code from our widget home products. From here we will have, and instead of sending a tag ID, we will send here product IDs, and here we will have this dot widget dot products. Now our widget related product is ready, and we will call this from our product detail page. So here we will have divider, and we will have that size box, and height we are using here 10. Then we will have this widget, and the label we are passing here related products, and for the data we are passing here this dot data dot related IDs. Now we will run our application. Now you are able to see that link products coming from the server. All the 4 products which we have linked in our WooCommerce portal also are coming here. So that's all in this video. I hope you like this product detail page. I will come back soon with another video for this series that will be related to add to cart, and we will cover all that add to cart functionality and all by using the provider. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. I will come back soon with more and more series and all. Thank you all.